There's no pain deeper than being betrayed.
911, do you have an emergency?
I have a 16-year-old daughter. She has not been home, hasn't went to work. I am scared to death.
By the two people you trusted the most, your best friends, the ones who promised forever.
I understand that nothing that I have done or can do will make what has happened right for anybody. It is what it is.
An unbreakable trio, or so it seemed. How does it feel when the ones you laughed with planned your end, when friendship turns to silence and love turns to lies? Sometimes, the ones closest to you are the ones who end your story. So, today, I'll take you back to 2012, and together, we'll uncover what really happened to Skylar Neese. Welcome to Eerie Echoes. It was July 5th, 2012. Star City, West Virginia, a town so quiet you could hear the wind brush against the window screens and the rustling of trees echo through the hills. On this particular night, the sky was clear, the kind of still summer night where nothing seems out of place. But inside a small apartment complex, a 16-year-old girl named Skylar, quietly sliding open her bedroom window. She had done this before. It wasn't new. Teenage rebellion, a quick drive with her friends, laughter, secrets, maybe a little music. Her sneakers hit the gravel with a soft thud. She didn't bring her phone charger or her contact lenses. She didn't even take her purse. Skylar wasn't running away. She was just stepping out into the warm night with two people she thought she trusted the most. She tiptoed through the parking lot, past the rusted dumpster, and slipped into the back seat of a silver sedan. The car doors clicked shut. In the front were her best friends Sheila, Eddie, and Rachel Schoaf, the girls she had shared sleepovers with, the ones who knew her secrets, her crushes, her dreams. The three had been inseparable for years, but something had changed, and Skylar knew it. Still, she smiled. They drove past the town limits, where streetlights faded into complete darkness, heading toward a secluded patch of woods in the backroads of Greene County, Pennsylvania. It was a place the girls had visited before, a quiet clearing surrounded by trees and silence. At 12:31 a.m., the car pulled to a stop. The headlights dimmed. The world held its breath. Skylar stepped out. She thought they were there to smoke, to talk, to be teenagers. But as her feet sank into the dirt and she walked deeper into the trees, she didn't notice the quiet exchange of glances behind her, or the glint of metal in their sleeves. She didn't know this would be her last night alive. They had brought kitchen knives, hidden beneath their hoodies, bought days earlier from Walmart. They'd planned everything right, down to the bleach wipes and the clean clothes they left back at home. They had been rehearsing the lie for months. On three, Sheila whispered, 1, 2, 3, then they lunged. The forest exploded with screams. Skylar fought, she clawed, she ran, but the ground was uneven, and the night was cruel. Rachel tackled her from behind. The knives plunged in again and again. The count would later total over 50 stabs, some so deep they neck bone. Skylar's voice shattered the quiet. Why? She begged. Why are you doing this? But the answers wouldn't come. Not then. Not until much, much later. When it was over, the woods fell silent once more. The only sound left was the shallow wheeze of dying breath and the buzz of summer insects circling overhead. The girls stood there, covered in blood, hands trembling not from remorse, but from adrenaline. They tried to dig a hole, but the ground was too hard, too rocky, so they gathered sticks and branches and covered her body, where it lay beneath a blanket of leaves, forgotten in the dark. Then they got back in the car. By 5 a.m., they were tweeting again. Rachel posted a Bible quote. Sheila snapped selfies, smiling. They hugged Skylar's parents, helped put up missing posters, even cried in front of police officers, insisting they hadn't seen her in days. Their performance was chilling. They fooled everyone almost. But Skylar's disappearance didn't fade quietly. Her parents, Mary and Dave, refused to accept the silence. They pushed the police, shared Skylar's photo across every channel. Friends wore shirts with her face. Volunteers combed the woods. Still, there was no sign, just a hollow absence that grew more agonizing with each passing day. And through it all, Sheila and Rachel kept smiling. time always unravels lies. In December, nearly 6 months later, Rachel's shove cracked. The weight of what she had done was too much. Her voice trembled as she walked into a police station and said 5 words that froze the room. "We stabbed her to death." Detectives stared in disbelief, and when Rachel led them to the shallow grave in the woods, to the exact spot where Skylar's body had been hidden under sticks for half a year, the silence of that Pennsylvania forest was broken once again, this time by officers uncovering bones. There was no mystery anymore, just horror. The motive. It wasn't money. It wasn't jealousy. It wasn't a fight over a boy. "We just didn't like her anymore," Rachel said. That was it. 3 girls, 3 best friends, and one, now buried under frozen leaves because the others decided they'd grown tired of her. When the news broke, the country reeled. Photos of Skylar smiling in her school hallway, Skylar blowing candles on a birthday cake, Skylar with her arms wrapped around Sheila and Rachel grinning. All those images now felt like still frames from a horror film, with an ending no one could have written. Sheila, the more composed of the two, kept up her act longer. She tweeted cryptic messages even after Rachel's confession. "Always keep your cool," she wrote just days before her arrest. But the mask eventually fell. In 2013, both girls were formally charged.
Rachel and Sheila, to rid themselves of Skylar, intensified. So they made a plan to pick up Skylar after her work on July 5th, 2012, and to kill her. To carry out this plan, they armed themselves with kitchen knives concealed beneath their clothing. And they brought a shovel and clean clothing for themselves for when they were finished. Girls, Sheila and Rachel, both stabbed Skylar to death. They stabbed her multiple times. You today, Your Honor, here today, to sentence this defendant to adult prison for her very adult crime.
Rachel pled guilty to second-degree murder and was sentenced to 30 years. Sheila pled guilty to first-degree murder. She received life in prison with the possibility of parole after 15 years. In court, Mary Neese stared down her daughter's killers. Her voice never wavered. "You guys didn't even have a real reason," she said. "Skylar would have forgiven you. She forgave everyone. But there are no second chances in this story."
To placement. It is the court's intention that the defendant be placed in the custody of the Department of Corrections as soon as a bed is available in a Department of Corrections facility. Just so everybody understands, it is the court's position that the defendant is not to be transferred into the regional jail system awaiting a bed at the Department of Corrections facility. Primarily because of the overcrowding that exists in the regional jail system. I think things are a little bit better in the juvenile side of the house until there's a bed available. So it is the court's intention that you go into Department of Corrections custody as soon as there is a bed available in Department of Corrections. I mean, if that's tomorrow, that's tomorrow. If it's 30 days from now, it's 30 days from now. Whatever it is. Until then, she'll remain in the juvenile facility.
Reveal the court to know that under the terms of my retention as Sheila Eddy's counsel, I will remain her counsel for all post-conviction matters into the foreseeable future.
Thank you, Sheriff. Thank you. That concludes your hearing.
All rise. Court's in recess. Please be seated.
I have an issue with a 16-year-old daughter of mine. I can't control her anymore. She's screaming. She's running through the neighborhood. Give me the phone. No, this is over. This is over. Hurry up. Oh, God. She just gave me a block. Oh, God. Hurry up, please.
The grave remains in those woods, a marker now set in stone. The story of a girl who trusted too deeply, of 2 friends who planned a murder over text messages and smiles. A betrayal so cold, so methodically cruel. It still echoes in every corner of the town that raised them. Skylar's law was later passed in West Virginia, requiring Amber Alerts for all missing children, not just those suspected of being abducted. Her name lives on in legislation, in classrooms, in grief. But mostly, she lives in memory. The girl who climbed out her window on a warm July night, expecting laughter. The girl who never came home.